and then it was changed. Look there. You'll see that a walkway is placed, and no two vehicles would go up and down there. Not anymore. Totally move away from design. And the design came up from discussing with the people in the area. When they said they will give you the lands, not a little bit of land here. Somebody with 10 feet and 12 feet of land. We're giving it to the government so that you can have two-way traffic here. That is why they gave it to us. Free, of course, not 1 cent. They say, remember, over time, Ministry of Agriculture will come and do a new plan. They'll give it to us, and we will not pay tax on the 100 feet by the 10 feet that we have given you away. But that could come in the future. But now they're looking at it. Still no two-way traffic. There, you have a walkway. Brothers and sisters, I heard my sister, Kate, complain. And she too said how we did things. We met the stakeholders, we met with the stakeholders in the village, in the community, and we designed the road from that. That is how you do it throughout the world. In designing a motor car engine, you look and you meet with stakeholders. Who are stakeholders? Those garages are part of it that will repair the car. So if you have to take out the whole engine here, the belly of the car, to change a little tube that goes every year, that is a poor design. So the mechanics will tell them, put this thing in a different way because it goes quickly, it is made to go quickly. And so every year the man will come to me and I could just take this and that out and repair that particular part. That's how we do it. We design the projects with the people in mind. Then organization. Chairman told you, for us to be ready, we must organize. And the organization must come from within. We know what to do, you know. But when we don't like this person, and we hear somebody tell us about this person, these are the works of the enemy. The enemies are the one who is spreading this so that you stay apart. And you will not be that cohesive force so that people will listen to you. And those sitting on the fence, the 15% will listen to you. Because the 15% has already swung away from them, you know. They have already swung away. They're looking towards us to see that we again become and behave cohesively. So I want to close by leaving you with this phrase. Fight the fear. As we go around, some people say, I'll come, you know. But you know, my daughter, as far as my cousin, has a little hole on there. Can't come. But contact me. Get me. I see you have stepped up social media. Get me on the social media. Let me know what is happening. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Because they have seen what's happened to people just because they claim to support the new National Party. So fight the fear. Be brave. You may not want to come out too publicly, yet you must do what you have to do. Some of it already articulated by the General Secretary. And when you look at them, remember those that all of us worked collectively hard for. I am not saying that they're in the hierarchy, but we must remind them. We work together for you. But now you sit there and you say nothing. It is you who must talk to your people, who must talk to Grenadians, and they say, we, the rank and file, AUCs, do not like what is happening. As I know many of you came to say, Miss Jane and Miss Pam, they have children. They have not gone to school for weeks. Yes, we know fully well who they support, but let us ensure that the children go to school. And look at what they have done to you now. Many of you cooked. Many of you are there. Many of you sold the things that you cooked, and we gathered the money and we gave it to them. And we told the people what we were doing, exactly how much money we made and what we did with it. So when we say we made $500, the 3 people will get the $500. Even if it's 1 person, and that was common. So fight the fear. Do not let them push you back. To be afraid to do of what you have to do. To be afraid to come out, to talk to people. We are there. We will not leave you, the song says. We will not leave you orphan. We will never forget our own. I give you this commitment, and so too, I'm sure, the political leader. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming out and attending today.
Let's hear it again for Brother Bowen. And I hope you see how well we're mixing the colors, eh? We're all green tonight. I tell you how to open up your arms because a lot of them want to come back home. But if you're watching them cross-eye and your troops in every time you see them, they're getting afraid. Times are hard, isn't it? Times are hard. I ain't going to tell you what I eat today. Times are hard. But you know, stuff. So we're moving on. We have been making the wrong. Brother Bowen tell you this is meeting number 11, and he's quite correct with that. Dr. Mitchell has been traversing the country. In fact, on Thursday night, 2 days from tonight, we've been Boca Secondary. And then South, if you have anyone close to the South, I see one man here that belongs to South. I don't know if it have more. Yeah, South, what? So people coming up in Southeast. Are you agree with anything? We should be in South. Tentatively, the date is the 23rd. It is that school. Is it a Catholic school, I think? Down the Morris Bishop Highway on the side. Right. So that's where we will be. So we are doing it. We're going all around. We'll probably give a little time for you to jump your carnival and so. And we're coming back because there's a lot for us to do in terms of reorganizing to get where we want to be. We are looking tentatively. I can't give a date yet, but hopefully coming towards the end of August, we'll want to organize our youths. I don't see so many of them here tonight, but you need to start working with them, encouraging them, be part of the building process. The future of this country, the present and the future of this country belongs to them. Most of us are moving out. Dr. Mitchell has given an indication. Brother Bowen has. But the love for this party is what is having them trying to help reorganize and structure. So, like most retirees, when Brother Bowen, Dr. Mitchell retire, they want to sit down in the like evening sun, sipping a little glass or something, and hearing good things on the news, what the NNP government is doing. So the young people must be part. Let's start encouraging them. We want to bring them together in a youth convention. Like I say, it's not the formal date. It has not been discussed and decided. But in my mind, going forward with what we're doing behind the scenes, we're looking like probably late August. Anyway, I know some of you are itching to ask you little questions and so, but just before you do that, there's a very special individual here on platform with us. He has a message to give. He has many things to talk about. The economic, the social, the political situation that we have found ourselves in. The immaturity and irresponsible way in which some of our people in leadership position today is acting out, and how it is affecting not just NNP, but Grenadians nationally and probably internationally too. So I want you to join me and put your hands together and let us welcome our political leader, Dr. Kate Mitchell.
Thank you, Brother Bola. Of course, our General Secretary, and of course, my very good friend, and I think someone all of you miss as your parliamentary representative. Don't you miss Bowen? Or you wish all you had boy there? All you know the one you have now? Anybody seen the man? So how you get them vote? Well, anyhow. My dear brothers and sisters, of course, my dear sister, the wife of Brother Bowen, and his kids who are here with us tonight. Friends, we are witnessing something that we have never seen in our lives. I've been active in this politics since 1984. And I've been representative in my constituency since then. And I've been representing my constituency since 1984. And watching the politics, NMP has lost elections before. NDC was in government before. But I must say to you, this is by far the worst NDC government this country has ever seen. It is, Brother Bowen said something a while ago about what he's concerned about is the pain of the people of the country. Talk about the pain of those who voted for the NDC, and they are suffering today because it is said, it's the lies in your head that bite you hardest, not somebody else's lies. But the fact is, people, generally speaking, are hurting around the country. Whether they're in NNP or NDC or whatever people are, how the Calypsonians say they burn with their mouth shut. I never seen anybody burn with their mouth shut yet in my life. But so sometimes if you're burning with your mouth shut, that means you have a lot of stress. That's a heart problem, you know. So you have, I don't wish that on anybody. But it's rough. It is very rough. So, brothers, we are doing these meetings because we think it's important for people to understand what is taking place in our country and to give them the opportunity to know there's still hope. Because as long as the NNP is there, there will be hope in Grenada, Carriacou, and Piggy Martinique. That's a fact. So that's the main reason we're wrong. We don't do like others, just come in, move along and running down people and so on. We will tell you the facts. People must know the facts, and the decisions that they make about the future will be made properly. I'm convinced, sisters and brothers, that we all have to take some responsibility for the loss of the last election. NDC did not win. We gave them the government. We have to admit this. I made a statement recently and I said, all of us must take responsibility, individually and collectively. I said, I have to take some responsibility, all of us. But I had to take off just the part where I said, I take responsibility. And they say, is me responsible for the election loss? Because he said it himself. But that's their propaganda. They believe propaganda will continue to win them elections. They believe lies and social media spreading propaganda will continue to darken the eyes of Grenadians. But they don't know the Grenadian people. They really do not know the Grenadian people, do not know them, and they don't know the Grenadian people, which is unfortunate, because for someone to emerge to run your country, you ought to at least know them, and they at least must know you. So it's the first time in the history of this country a government is elected, and most people will tell you they don't know their own prime minister and they don't know their representative. It's the strangest thing. It is the strangest thing, and it's something that we have to think about seriously so that we'll never again make a decision like this. And I'm talking here, sisters and brothers, because I've spoken to a lot of people throughout the length and breadth of the country. I don't remember that the person representing the constituency today had any political meeting in Southeast. I don't remember hearing one. So how we win? Somewhere else take place. I do. And they say me that man born and them that over here. So how do we lose? I don't know if that's how we lose. That means I bad over here. So they had a good one. My friends, that is why we must understand what is taking place in our country. Your prime minister is hardly here in this country. From one plane to the next plane. But that is his right. But that's his preference. That is his preference. Because I don't think his interest is about the people of the country. It's about his own ego. And what he believes he gets. And it's not him alone. They all are flying. When one could put out on Facebook, I just come up from Cuba and I go in America right now. I ain't even going back to Grenada. Straight from Cuba, back to Grenada, to America. Next thing my time he going in London afterwards. You know what that means? It says that never see, come see. You ever heard that one? When you never saw anything, you never had something and you get it, and you're not mature enough, you're not sensitive enough, you do not care enough, then it's all about yourself. I'm traveling here, man, I see nice things all over the place. Because it's first time. And some of them have not even had a good job in their life before. Some of them have not made any serious contribution to the development of this country before. You look at the NNP team, and we said so in the election campaign, you know. We said so. You look at our team. Many of us did not have to be in politics. In fact, we would have been far better off financially if we were not in politics. Gregory Bowen could have been making millions of dollars as one of the best engineers in the Caribbean. That's a fact. And many of members of our team could have been doing things that are far more lucrative. But it's a love for country that is responsible for the sacrifices that have been made. But you look at the other side and you see the problem that we're facing. And therefore, it's something, when we're talking like this, we must mention those things because it's important that all people must understand what is happening. Friends, how could you sit in government and you have a project that the NNP negotiated? Prime Minister James Cameron came to Grenada. He came to 2 countries in the Caribbean. You remember that? The Prime Minister Britain. And before he left, he announced almost $80 million grant for your little country called Grenada. It was decided by the cabinet, and Brother Bowen being Minister of Finance, and of course Minister of Works, with the expertise and so on. We worked together and decided that the Western Main Road project is critical. The water situation and the solid waste situation needs to be upgraded. So we decided, grant money, this is not money you have to pay back, These are money given to you. First time in my life I hear a country get over $80 million and they throw it away. No, seriously, most countries, they'll be called upon to resign, They threw away $70 million. Boeing said a while ago, everything NMP did, project, they open it now, and they're taking credit for it. But what they should take credit for is the loss of the over $70 million that was given by Britain to this country, and because of foolishness, lack of vision, pettiness, massive ego, we lost all that money. Sisters and brothers, I met an individual just 2 days ago. I would not say, because I don't want to identify the individual, because a professional person. He said, what the hell happening in Grenada? But the person's here looking at things from an international standpoint. He's a powerful individual. And he said, what's happening? I said, well, you're wrong, so you should know. He said, but what is happening? We've never seen anything like this in any country. This is what the individual said. I can't even say whether it's a man or woman, because I don't want nobody to identify the person. They said they can't understand how you could lose money that is grant, not a loan, money you don't have to pay back. And why you throwing away that? A poor lady who gets in a little thing from the seed, you take $150 from her. You think they have a conscience? A poor man who is sick, and in some cases may not have much members of his family giving him help or able to help, whichever one that is. They are criminal in mind to take $150 away from that poor man. He has to buy Pampers. Some of them have to. Food, medicine, all these things. And you sit in a cabinet and made a decision like that, and nobody jump up and say, if all you do this, I resign. So don't let any one of them come and tell you it's not me, it's the Prime Minister. All of them in that same pot of vindictiveness and hate. Because you have to have a little, very little conscience to make a decision like this. You have to have very little conscience to do so, sisters and brothers. I mean, when I heard the thing the first time I heard it, I could not believe it, because I said, if something like that was happening, they would certainly have some people in the government speaking about it. If I went to cabinet during my time of governing this country, and I bring a proposal like this, boy would tell me, no, Prime Minister, we cannot do this. And I tell you, a lot of other members of the cabinet will tell me, no. But for them to sit there and agree to such a proposal, it tells you And the whole lot of them not thinking about the country. Everybody's thinking about themselves and what they could get from government. Because how could you just walk into the government and you raise your salary by $2,000? Now they're taking all of us for granted, because people ain't say nothing, Bet if me and Gregory and them were in power, and we raise we salary by $200, you are all traveling with it. Some union members, their mouth shut. No, they mouth, I don't know if they're down, but their mouth shut. I think you know what I mean. And I'm afraid to call them out. Because I've never seen a more quiet period. When the country's in a total mess, economically, socially, and otherwise. That you can hear the union leaders. One union leader speak out and they want to kill him, man. I've never heard that. I'm telling you, I've been in government since 1984. And I never see that in my life. Usually, they're cussing the government. Sometimes you're doing all kinds of things good. I remember one time, Brother Lawrence Joseph, as minister, wherever they went, he's speaking and they pulled the mic from him out. And the government doing a lot of things for them. And some of the same people who did it, they're in union leadership today still, and they're not shot. Look, the cost of living. Sisters and brothers, every time you go in the supermarket, when you think you bought something last week and the price was a certain, when you go back with a certain amount, the same amount, you have to cut down the amount you go for us, because the price have gone up. And that's a fact. And yet you're not hearing nothing from the government about the high cost of living and what they can do to help. Not a word, not a drum is heard. And sisters and brothers, instead of trying to do something to help, it is victimization left, right, and center. And they have a nice word they call it, restorative justice. That big word. Restorative justice. You know what I mean? Victimization. That is what you know. Victimization. Hate. Spite. Malice. Wickedness. And therefore, we cannot sit down. We cannot sit down. Because we cannot allow our country to go on by people who seem to be only caring about themselves, not the people of the country. But the boy as Minister of Finance was in charge of what you call the CES program. We had millions of dollars given by the Caribbean Development Bank on loan to help in a special program in this time of COVID-19. Somebody talked about that already, and they said they keep giving every NNP person a run around. Meanwhile, they call me supporters. I know that, because there are persons in my constituency tell me, they call me, Doc, they call me and tell me, come for money. That's a fact. And what is worse, a member of the government, get $300,000 from the CES program that is meant for people who need to set up little business. And why need? Because it's 1% interest. But they're not satisfied. They provided, take $2 point something million in addition from your money, sisters and brothers, because it's your bank, and give it to an individual in government. You think in our time we could have ever thought about that? No minister in the government that I led for several years, because remember I was prime minister for 23 years, no minister ever approached me to tell me I didn't pay my bill, I owe John, I owe Lucy, I owe Henry, I want money from the bank. I say, what? And what do I have to do with that? You go and take the people who work as minister or parliamentarian. You don't know you have to pay a bill? You want me to sing misole? You want me to face the people and tell them I give them your money for being bank pay? I've never heard about this in my entire political life. You never see Eric Gary do it. You never saw Hubba Blaze do it. It wasn't done by Maurice Bishop and them in the Revolution. It wasn't done by Ben Jones, by George Brizan. It wasn't done by Nicholas Braffett. But baby Jesus did it. Well, yeah, he must be Jesus because people that before him. Because all of us afraid Jesus. So if a man does all this thing and we don't see him, we mouth shut. So we must be afraid the man. But not only that, the loan from GDP, they have rules. The bank loan rules do not allow for a minister of government to get millions of dollars on loans. A minister term, a parliamentary term is 5 years. So you give a man $2.something million, why go pay that in 5 years? So supposing people throw it out after 4 years or 5 years, and you're already bad pay, where you getting the money to pay? You know what happened? The bank would lose millions of dollars. And we can't say a word, except maybe the new government will have to investigate and deal with those who committed such acts, and so on. And another one get over $1.7 million again. So it's like, the bank is like a playground for these people. And while they're doing this, they're firing poor people and getting rid of people and victimizing people. A man and people have a contract working and giving good service for 15, 20 years. They just get a letter. End of June, you gone. End of May, you gone. Left, right, and center. And sometimes poor people, a lot of people employed. They don't know where they're getting the next bread because they would have planned their lives, not thinking, because NDC been in power before and they never did anything like that. NMP has been there, we never did anything like that. No one in our government could have come to me and say, this man had a contract, we're taking it because he didn't vote for us. I would say, wait now. I don't know that is the kind of government we said we wanted in the country. Everybody has a right to eat a food. Everybody's paying taxes. And therefore, no one has a right to deny someone. I am not here saying that NMP was perfect in government. Some mistakes were made. But it was not a policy of the government. Someone may have done something wrong, and if you come and complain, we will deal with it. So I'm not here trying to say that every NMP person was perfect. There were mistakes made. But it was not a mistake made by a team of persons in government. And when they do the wrong thing, they're laughing, you know. It's a big joke. I have power now. I can do what I want. But you know what people have a saying? When you see you climbing up a ladder, watch. No, you will meet some people coming down. Treat them well, you know. Because when you hear you coming down, if you're fighting to stay up, they pulling your tail down, you know. Because how you treated them when they needed you to understand and to have a feeling for them. So they have total fear. But we're going to talk about in the public service. People are afraid that I'm going to run a country. And people are afraid they cuss boy and they cuss me. They say all kinds of things. But friends, when you operate on that basis, you think because you have power, you're right. There's something called time will tell. Time will tell. Jimmy Cliff soon said, time alone will tell. And some of them don't know this. Some of them in Parliament, they're talking as if they did for good. Except when I go to Parliament, I wonder, where am I looking to see if I could call Gregory to come and help, because man in Parliament, you talking on troops. Shut your mouth. That's what happened in Parliament, you know. And I sit down and say, boy, Keith, what you doing here? What sin you committed to be here with these characters and them? I said, well, the people put them so hard to live for the time being. But it's rough. Parliament day is rough. Because you're dealing with some people whose level is something else. So fear right through the public service. People afraid to talk. You call someone and they're going to, wait, no, let me go in the room because you're somebody around here. They can't talk. You see what they're doing to the police force? And they're destroying the police force. They're destroying your security, your safety. Because if you talk to most policemen, they will tell you they're just marking time. You just watch police officers on the beat now, and you will see that they are just going through the motion. Because the level of victimization, there were systems in government for promotion of people in the public service. And that is historic. Millions of dollars were spent by the British government with the British Development Division, by US aid, the European Union in helping us reform the public sector, put systems in place for promotion. What? All that gone? Somebody just close to somebody, permanent secretary tomorrow. No system. Police officers who train the people, they just promote them above the same persons that train them. Tell me, all of us are Christian, but there's something you don't do to people, because all of us have feelings. If you treat me like a beast, that I don't have any feelings, I don't know, with all the Christian values I may have, you expect me to smile and just take it like that. It does not work, my friends. And that is it is so serious, because you have to worry about the police force, my friends. You have to worry about it. And this is a serious issue. Because that is the security of the country, my friends. It is the security of the country. You have to be careful. And therefore, as I say, what we're seeing today is a serious issue. If your public service is destroyed, businessmen, contractors are telling when they ask for things within the public service, when they try to get some information, you can't get information. You can't get things done. So you will see projects get installed. Business activities are grinding to a halt because of the incompetence, the lack of vision of this present administration. Friends. So, my friends, I don't want to keep you here more and more because I know you have questions that you wish to ask. But I want to say this to you. The NNP is here. Brother Gregory, myself, and other members have been in the vineyard for a lot of years. There are concerns that people might think we are leaving, and they're worried. I am telling you this, you have nothing to worry about. We are going to be there with you, rain, thunder, lightning. Some of us may not be in an exact position of authority, but you don't have to be always in a position of authority to make the contribution that you have to make. Our experience, our knowledge, and our vision will always be available to the people of our country. We are not going to let you down. And whatever happens with your leadership, we will be guiding the team to make sure the right set of people emerge, leading your party and your country. I want to assure you that, because I know they might be concerned. And a final point I want to make. Your party organization, Brother Bola is the general secretary of our party. There were some people concerned about with time to have convention and time to have convention. I say nonsense. You lost an election. We lost because the work on the ground was not done appropriately. So the party organization was weak. Because how some of the lies seeped into the country in the minds of people, because on the ground we were not there enough to defeat it. Because a man come and tell you that when he win, he gonna make everybody permanent. How could people believe this? But we have a responsibility to have been there on the ground to say that is nonsense. A man tell you contract work is illegal. That's what he said, Contract work is illegal. And some people believe that. Now the man having more contract than ever before. A man tell you how the police force promotion was done on a party basis. Lie. No, it's been done on a party basis. They call in people and say, who he supported? Who was he close to? And they left out in promotion some well-known names. When the leaks start to flow, they call in the people 4 day morning and say, we put you on the list. But the leaks start to flow. But a lot of hard-working police officers were dealt a serious hand. And a certain police officer who was a senior member of the force, who was already earning a livelihood. His family was also employed by the government. Spouse. He has a security contract. They have taken out contracts left, right, and center from ordinary folks. And the man have about 8 contracts now, they tell me. So you see, one mouth must be fed. To hell with the rest of us. We don't count. The people do not count. I'm saying, therefore, the party organization, the party is reorganizing on the ground. And we need the help of everyone. Southeast St. George's have to be reorganized to ensure that the people there are more involved than they were before. That's a fact. Northwest St. George's, my constituency, is now being reorganized. Although we won by almost 1,800 votes, we ain't taking no chances. There was still weakness in the organization because a lot of people in my constituency did not vote. At the previous election, I got much more than 1,800 victory. So there were weakness in my area, there were weakness in every single area, even those ones we won seats on. So to go and have a convention now with that weakness is who we fooling? Who we fooling? Because some people want position in the party, so just have convention and you get position. Next thing, the party dead. Yeah? So I ought to be already an NP. I ought to make, Gregory ought to make, I am out to make, Bola ought to make the NMP continue to be the strongest political organization through the length and breadth of Grenada, Carriacou, and PD Martinique. And we will not shelf from that responsibility. So friends, I want to give you a little warning here tonight because I don't think I should leave here without saying this. You see this thing called social media? Well, it is here. You can't do nothing about it. And it has a positive aspect to it. Social media has value, but there's some serious negative coming from it. Anyone could go on social media and put out all kinds of things about an individual. And some of you call in and ask, hey, I hear this and I hear that. Please, do not take anything you see on social media as facts. When you see something that concerns you, I didn't tell you to dismiss it. Call Brother Gregory, call Brother key members of the constituency and ask them, what is the score? But you know what happened to some of us NNP? We spreading the damn thing. Before we ask a question, you hear what Gregory do? Something you see and you hear what kid do? Instead of you asking a question, enlightening people, we helping to spread it. My friends, I grew up in what you call a Gayriite home, in a Gayriite village called Happy Hill. Some of us should adopt the little principle of the Gayriite. Yeah? When you hear somebody come and tell you, uncle, do this, you lie. They don't even ask you a question. So, I'm telling you exactly. They don't ask you nothing. You lie. Afterwards, they might ask a friend, did that happen in truth? My friends, it is so good to see you here tonight. I know the NMP will continue to be there to protect the people of this country. I'm confident. I'm very confident that the loss of the election, there was a reason behind it. There was a reason behind it. I always say there's something called fate. Don't play with fate. Don't play with that master. When you see he does something, sometimes we may not like it, because I didn't like the loss of the election. But every day I see some people behave. And the lack of conscience, the lack of empathy. Some people who you thought was close to you. And the lies, the propaganda that they prepared to say to get a job. It hurts. But I said to myself, God is good all the time. Thank you, sisters and brothers. I look forward to your question.
Thank you again, Dr. Mitchell. We appreciate you. You heard it? You did? Yes. You don't have to be in position to make a contribution. That's why I say every one of us here have a role to play. Yes? Some might be cooks. Some might be waitress. Some might sweep the yard. Others make up the bed. But it all comes together in the end to make a good and happy family. So, Mr. Mike Man, your mic is good? Hold on. Mike. Who borrowed that mic at NDC? I don't look like an NNP mic.
There is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island.
Listen to the people, Mr. PM. Don't play with the Canadian people, cause the win is turning around. At all, like all you did, only plan how to win. And after that, all you can do are thing. At all, poor people balling, they can't eat a meal. So what? It's like all you deaf and can't hear that still. heading back for we. So I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where he came from. Hear the people out on the street, we want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country balling it sick. We want kids, we want kids. So they need a doctor to come fix it. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young men out on the block. Man, they say they're tired of the old talk. Listen to them, every day is blah, 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 blah. That alone, and they can't see action to back it up. Oh, Lord, God. Woo! I say be careful, the wind turning around. Be careful. Woo! PM like the whole country on a halt. Like your cabinet brain lock in a vault. It looks so. Teachers pondering on what they go do. The pushing program, all you cut that too. Poor people, sir. 600 million as they say you have. Why you still living for people to stop? No talk about corruption anymore. Don't fool on yourself, but the people know. They know, they know. So I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where he came from. Hear the people out on the street. We want kids, we want kids. And they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. All you know, all you lie and cheat. We want kids, we want kids. But payback is a son of a hole. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young ladies in the tongue. Listen to them. And they say they're tired of run around. Listen to them. Still waiting for some good to come. Where is it? We're waiting still. Them and their children born in the sun. Oh Lord, Lord. Be careful, sir.
NNP, the new national party. I'm here to promote. Yes, you got my vote. Warm to them. Your mundo. Vote it, Mitchell. What? Vote it, Mitchell. What? Vote it, Mitchell. Them boy can't beat Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. Them boy can't beat Mitchell. We give them a chance before. Them mash up the place and go. We give them a chance before. Them break up the place and go. We give them a chance before. Them mash up the place and go. We give them a chance before. Them break up the place and go. We voting for it. We gonna repeat. Yes. We do like the last election. The whole 15 seat. More development. More empowerment. We need to keep moving forward with this government. What? People telling me they find the whole country need a change. But if something working good, then why you want to change? The last time you went for change, I know all you get horrors. But I never did want no change, I always wanted dollars. One to them. Vote it, Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. What? Vote it, Mitchell. Them boy can't beat Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. Them boy can't beat Mitchell. We give them a chance before. Them mash up the place and go. We give them a chance before. Them break up the place and go. We give them a chance before. Them mash up the place and go. We give NMP, the new national party. I'm here to promote. Yes, you got my vote. Warm to them. Your mundo. Vote it, Mitchell. What? Vote it, Mitchell. What? Vote it, Mitchell. Them boy can't beat Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. Them boy can't beat Mitchell. We give them a chance before. Them mash up the place and go. We give them a chance before. Them break up the place and go. We give them a chance before. Them mash up the place and go.
Good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott.
We do like the last election.
I will be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
More empowerment.
We're opening the phone lines early, 440-7377. You can call in.
And the whole country need a change. But if something working good,
Yeah, we ain't sticking tonight. It's already 24 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock.
you get horrors. But I never did want no change, I always wanted dollars. One to them. Vote it, Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell. What? Vote it, Mitchell. Them boy can't beat Mitchell. Vote it, Mitchell.
If they don't like it, well...
Boy can't beat Mitchell. We give them a chance before. Them mash up the place and go. We give them a chance before.
Let me me say good night to all of you on the chat. Yeah, the Talking Points crew chat. To sing a special good night to all of you. Folks, remember, if you want to be added to the Talking Points crew chat, you could just send a message to me.
He's just a rookie.
But we verifying everybody we put inside. We ain't just throwing any and anybody inside there, because you know a lot of them want to get inside our chat so they can see what we're talking about. So we're making sure it's a safe chat. Nice?
True. If NDC want your vote, tell them to leave you alone.
And as I say that, I see public notice put it, we need to weed out all those mongoose.
Them boy can beat me, tell.
Yeah, they want to get inside there. Understand? They want to know what we're talking about here.
Them boy can beat me, tell. We give them a chance before.
440-7377. You have been listening just a little earlier there. You were listening to the meeting that's presently taking place. It still is taking place in St. George Southeast. We have Brother Gregory Boy in there and Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell.
Them boy can beat me, tell. Fuck it, the chill. Fuck it, me, the whole 15 seat, me, tell. Them boy can beat me, tell.
I'll continue to say to each and every one of you, there is no political party, not just in Grenada, in the Caribbean, that can defeat an organized new National Party of Grenada. None. I've been around. I've met with political parties from the north of the Caribbean down to the south. I know them very well. There is no political party anywhere within the Caribbean, and maybe even outside of the Caribbean as well, that can beat a properly organized new national party, which is why it is so important that each and every one of us play our part. You see, when you win, everybody out there saying, them who make you win. And all you know that, innit? In the constituency that you belong to, you know some people that you never see campaigning, you never see canvassing, you never see them out there doing anything. They never even put on a t-shirt. But when the party win, and everybody jumping up, we win 15 seats. These are the same people that you see in your constituency coming out and say, well, they were the main person behind the victory, that they were the ones doing the work from in the background. Now, yes, some people have to work in the background, but a lot of us have to work out in front. You see, me, I don't afraid nobody and I don't afraid nothing. Nobody and nothing. I ain't afraid. Who want to threaten could threaten all kind of thing. Threats could go both ways. So me ain't afraid nothing. I out in front. I don't expect, though, that everybody would be like me. I Lucian Duncan nephew. I in Caracou. I can't afraid people. Yeah, I Agnes Levine grandson. I can't afraid people. That's just how I is. Yeah, I wasn't wired to be afraid of people. All right, I can't afraid people. So, as such, I will always be out in front. I don't expect everyone to be out in front, but I expect that those of you who doing the work in the background and contributing to the victory that will come at the next election, and from what I am gauging, that next election might be way sooner than a lot of us think. Each of us have to contribute to the victory. When you lose, everybody want to blame one person. So, they want to blame the political leader. They want to blame one person. But when you win, everybody want to run out there and say, it's them that caused the victory. As they say, how does put it again? Victory has many fathers, but defeat is an orphan child. Yeah. So everybody does want to claim their portion of when you win. But when you lose, everybody want to pass the blame on to someone. I personally, and I'm saying it tonight, I personally take blame as well for the loss of the new National Party last year. I did not do what I ought to have done in the way that I should have done it. And I personally take blame as well.
Scott.
Good night, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. I just used to have to meet people the meeting from a hard talk. And I love what the Prime Minister said. Don't take things from people on Facebook. say all kind of shoppers. Don't take it from Facebook. Go to people to community and find out what's going on. And my area is Mount Permota area. I want to know when the Prime Minister will be visit Permota area. Have a meeting also in Permota area. Michelle?
Well, when the Prime Minister is having a meeting, you would like to know when he's having a meeting? When you say the Prime Minister, you mean...
Mitchell have a meeting in Permota area, sorry.
Oh, I'm not sure when St. David's is scheduled for, but he's going to each and every constituency. As I said, it is important. It's contacting you all, the constituents, letting you all know what is taking place, because a lot of people are blind to some of the things taking place in our country right now, So you have to inform them. But secondly, it's also...
a lot of police officers saying they retired from the force. So
well, not just that.
I really know what's going on.
I know there are police officers that have carried in today. They have decided that they're not going to take it lying down. What has been done to them, that they have sent in their appeal to the process of them being denied promotion.
Yeah. I find you have a lot to separate down right now. So I call it from Permota area, so Mongozo area. Actually, I want to be on the talking thing.
All right, no problem. So anybody that wants to be part of the Talking Points crew, the WhatsApp chat that we have going on, I would like you all to send a message to the number 440-7377. Send a message there and I'll add you to the group. I'm seeing one person has already sent a message there. Somebody sent one, but they sent it on the YouTube. I don't know your number from the YouTube to add you. So you have to put the number, you have to send in the message to the WhatsApp chat and I'll add you. All right? Okay. No problem, my brother.
Yes, I enjoy the rest of the night. I love the program.
All right,
keep on talking every night.
No problem, bro.
So at 7 days, I listening.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Folks, don't be I'll add you to the chat, right? I'll add you to the chat. Because the people that I've added to the chat are people that I have full confidence in. Yeah, so the people that are there are people that I have full confidence in. And we have our conversations and our discussions there, right? Nice, good. So you can add yourself, you can send a message and say you want to be added to 440-7377, and I'll add you to that chat. Outside of that, it's time to call 440-7377. Let me say a special good night to the listeners who are listening via 94.9 out there in Brooklyn. We Noise Radio. I expect to hear from Wade sometime tonight. Let me say it again. Wade, I expect to hear from you sometime tonight. Nice. Alan Campbell, I find you give me up, brother. Nah, you brother, you just talk to me every week, but I fine. I know. Maybe how you're working and thing, you doesn't get a chance to call. Alan Campbell, I'm calling you out tonight too. Somebody go call you or message you and say, Shallan say, make sure you call. Nice? Right. So Alan Campbell, make sure you contact your brother tonight as well. Nice. We've got a call online. Good night.
Yes, Mr. Scott. That is Bridgman. I want you to add me.
Okay. I will have to call you back, Cliff. I'll have to call you. I know your number, so I'll give you a call back to add you.
Okay.
No problem, brother.
Good.
All right, great. Yes, indeed. That my brother, Cliff, everybody mightn't always agree with what Cliff say, but one thing, nobody can tell Clifford Bridgman what to say. Clifford Bridgman does tell Clifford Bridgman what to say. Nobody can come and tell you, boy, go and say that. No, he has an independent mind and you have to respect that. All right? 44073. Oh, good. Look, messages coming in. Yes, I go add all of you. As soon as the program done, I go add all you. Okay? Right. And those of you in the chat who know that you have safe people we could add, we go add them as well. All right? So, today, the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lois Peters was on GBN, and that girl was on fire. Yeah. She spoke about several issues. You understand? Yeah, because see, they're trying to push the thing like if Empower was not a program that she explained to them, Empower, the program where you're taking young men from all parts of the country who are people that would be generally are perceived to be the people that would be involved in negative activities. Those who would lime on the blocks whole time smoking and get themselves involved in all kind of negative activities. She was saying it started Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, he made the recommendation, and you started the Empower program. Remember, you already had Imani, you had Youth Enterprise, you had all these programs. And then you did a specific program for these young men. I see Mr. Jude Bernard calling in, trying to give the impression like if that was a regional program. It became a regional program after it started here in Grenada. But some of them know that, they're just bad mind. Yeah? And they want to give the impression that, is somebody lying or somebody ain't telling the truth and that kind of thing. Trinidad Empower started because of Grenada. There are several Caribbean countries right now that are still contacting. And here they're contacting, not contacting the present ministers and them, They're contacting people like Skeeter Lois Peters. They're contacting people like Emlyn Pierre. Those of us who were involved in youth development before, they're contacting us for help with their youth programs. We have a call online. Good night.
Hello, good night, Shelan.
Hi, good night, my dear. Yes, you're live. Go right ahead.
You're good?
I'm more than good.
Listen, no. This morning, I congratulate Miss Louise. She was great on that program.
Mm-hmm.
She was really, really great. And I applaud her 100%.
Yes.
She was real great. She make my day today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my contribution.
And I believe she might be listening. I know if baby ain't have her busy, she up listening. So
but she was well great today, and she was so pleasing.
Skeeter come off as a boss.
She was real pleasing. She make my day today.
Yes.
Good night, Miss Kate. Yeah. Okay.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
And folks, don't be afraid to call, because anytime I hear New National Party supporters complaining that a New National Party representative was on To The Point or some other program and is only them NDC was getting through, I don't blame the host of the program. I don't blame the NDCites who calling. I blame the NNPites, because you all supposed to be calling. But some of you ain't pick up the phone and call. I know some of you did call and you weren't able to get through because, again, some of you are listening online and there's a delay. So by the time you hear the person finish there and you look to call, somebody has already called in. So I understand. But in many instances, you hear people, only them NDC and them getting through. But they ain't call. We have a call online. We lost that call. Yeah, some of them ain't calling. Yeah, some of them did not call. So I'm saying, again, just remember that. You see, in 2013, you had a well-organized New National Party. What did we do? We won 15 seats. In 2018, we had a well-organized New National Party. What did we do? We won 15 seats. So we have to organize and all of us have to play our part. Good night.
Good night, Sheldon Scott. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. How are you doing tonight?
Very good. I always listen to your program, and you're holding a very good program.
Thank you very much.
And I love that, to educate the people. And Sheldon Scott, what I have to say, I love have a lot of respect for Miss Delma Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And when people on their own mission to do what they have to do, the choice come, they got to do what they have to do. I might not like it, but we have to respect people's decision.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, I just lose election. I lost almost how much seats. I would not call a convention until I build back my party, build back my base of my party, and then when I build back the base, go on the ground, work with people, and build back my party, and then I could think about a convention. So what I find the NDC should be doing, not worrying about the convention. I want to ask them, where is the young lady from Guav? I haven't heard, you know.
The missing minister?
I'm not here, you know.
One of them officers they upgrade there. They probably could go and try and investigate to find out where that minister is, because she's missing in action.
Yes, I agree. Because like she missing, the things you promise the people in St. John's, Mr. Dabrio, we do so much good things up there. So much good things. And we vote him out in a rage, and now we regret. So what I'm saying now, where is hard to help the St. John's people? Where is hard to help the people in Mount Pleasant and Grand Rai? Where is the road up there to fix all the mountain shit? We cannot see her now, and I'm upset about it. There seem to be every 5 years people come for vote, and time for we put on my foot on that. Isn't the past administration was have to put them in their place now. Don't matter how far NMP, but we have to put them in their place. We don't need to see you every 5 years. You need to come and rap with the people and know what the people are deserve and what hamburging them. We haven't seen that. And when we talk now, they might come and show up, but they haven't mean anything to help us. They're not doing anything for this country. I hear people say that this money they're going and have a lot of thing in the stadium. They should give poor people that. Build the country. You have people who are hungry. You have people who are crying out. I myself does give people help. I telling you, I does. When I does send things for people I know 5 children right now. And they cry trouble for me and I just help them. I just help. I'm not in no government to help anybody. My whole of working is private entity. And I'm going to make my contribution. And that's my contribution tonight, Sheldon. Continue keeping your program, and we will always pray for you. And we will always pray for that program be obeyed.
Thank you so very much, my brother.
Us.
All right, great, thanks.
Okay, you too.
440-7377. That's the number. Let me just make sure the lines are clear. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. Remember, you can also call us on WhatsApp, where I've just gotten, let me see. Yeah, that look like... Watch messages on WhatsApp. Okay, I go add all yours. When the program done, I go add all you. Let's take one on the overseas line. Oh boy, and we missed that one. So let's go to let me see. The one on the overseas line gonna come back because we've been taking the local line. And let me see. Okay, we gotta take the local line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, just fine, man.
All right, my brother.
Hey, Sheldon, I'm real happy today. Miss Lewis made my day today. Kate Lewis made my day today, and it was wonderful hearing her. You know? And the way she expounded, the way she explained herself, and the way she defined the different texts and things, it was great. It makes me feel that NMP is marching forward, and the strength. You know, I feel the strength of NMP. I feel the vibes. And I would really like to say to Miss Lewis, congratulations. You made my day today. I don't have much to say tonight, but stay blessed, Miss Lewis. Thank you, Sheldon.
All right, my brother. Thank you. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Yeah, I'm listening to all you tonight. And I think to talk about in a little while too, you know, but I'm listening to you all tonight. Yeah, we taking some calls and things. Then I'll take a little break and have some things to talk about there. And then you understand, we're coming back with more calls again. But go right ahead, yeah. So add. We, papa, there's about 60 people I see. Yes, I'm going to add you all. All right. As soon as we're done the program, I am going to add all of you over to the Talking Points chat. Nice. 440-7377. Let me say a special good night to Patricia and Matthew out there in Canada. Yeah. And I'm saying it on behalf of Cammy too, because in case I don't hear Cammy, because Cammy does be tired sometimes when she come home in the night. So it's not every night she does be upright. She attending in that terminal in town, it'll be hot. Yeah, and it does be busy. So a lot of times she does be tired and so, all right? So I'm just saying it on behalf of her as well to Patricia and Matthew. Cammy, if you're up, give me a call as well. And let me see. I think we have a caller on the WhatsApp. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon, good night. Let me just pause my big screen.
Yeah, man. You could just mute the audio, man.
Yeah, I was listening to Kate Skeeter Lewis today, and she was very impressive, very articulated, to the point. She well answered a question. But one question I heard somebody is like they didn't have no question to ask, but they're trying to see how they could just tie up and just like to bring in a false question in terms of the poor and the vulnerable. Oh, your government did for 20-something years. How many years? And he talking about poor people steal and all that kind of thing. And I like the way how she answered him. And while she was answering him, I was just reflecting on the scripture. And when Christ was on earth, he had these people they call the scribes and Pharisees. And when Christ was feeding the poor, talking about the poor, even in the synagogue, reading about the poor, you know, they was very upset with him. And while they was upsetting him, I was just thinking about the NDC. These people and them, as soon as you talk about the poor and the vulnerable, it's like they hate you speaking about it. They hate they talking about the poor, and the poor will always be with among us, children. They have to understand that the poor will always have to be among us. And Christ said we have to deal with them. Look at world economy, America, biggest economy in the world. The amount of vagrant, homeless people, people in shelter, people are dependent on Salvation Army, the Catholic Church, the Adventist Church, the WHO organization and that organization, and the government itself had to help them. England, the state helping see after these people and them. Anywhere you go, the state have to look after the welfare. And anytime as the state look after the welfare, you always find a decrease in crime. Anyway, the state ignore the welfare and the social being of people, especially poor people, you will always see a rise in crime. You know, I look at a mango tree what finished here today, and it ripe and it dropped all the mangoes. I look at when the mangoes was ripening, how it look yellow, nice and blossom. And it didn't last long, and it just had to fall long and get brown and just decay and fade away. You get the message in that ending of that speech. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you so very much, my brother. 440377, and we have a caller. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Shillong. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well.
Before we go any further, just tell your wife good night for me, eh?
Yeah, she's good. She's just having some.
I ain't asked you that. I said tell her good night for me.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. On a serious note, I would like to thank you for bringing all this meeting that you bring tonight. That meeting there, it shows that the NMP stronghold or relevance in the quest to become the party of power next time, right? Also, I would like to give, honestly, Honorable MB Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters Heinlein. This lady is very, very diplomatic in her answers. You understand? She ain't calling and say, she ain't answering and she ain't dancing the wrong answers. You know? She good. And this is what NMP embodies, right? This is what NMP says. And just to share on, NMP ladies, Honorable Hood, Honorable, the ladies, I don't want to call him.
Okay, next year forget one.
And honestly, I'm so emotional of how Honorable Peters conduct herself. But hold on, Mr. Sheldon. Hold on. Yeah? Yeah, man?
Mm-hmm.
We can be very nasty as people. But NB soldiers, please go and get yourself organized. Get registered. You see Honorable Peters, you see Honorable Milan Franklin, name.
Yeah,
the
no, you call the correct name. You call the correct name, yeah.
The Senate guys, yeah.
Senator Neil
Because they are going. And you see, all you win by a lot of seats. 9 seats. Watch your votes. And Mr. Kemp, hold on. Mr. Sheldon.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Sheldon.
I listen to you, Papa. Listen to you.
Yeah, listen to me.
I don't interrupt you, I listen to you.
Cut me when I'm wrong.
Well, me hand fast on the button, no?
Right. My name is Winston. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sheldon, I want to ask a question. Have you been charged for thieving money yet? Yes or no?
Never before, and I never will.
Right. Good boy. Yeah. There you go.
All right, my boy.
Mr. Sheldon Scott,
mm-hmm.
who was an NMP that go on a certain program and run their mouth.
My brother, Relax. Take a rest. Go and take
No,
a rest.
no.
Drink
no,
some
no,
water
no,
and you will call
no.
me back. Bye-bye.
No, hold on.
Later. Yeah, you will call me back. Take a rest. No, we're not going down that road. You're not taking my program and sending the direction you want. I understand where you're there, but you're not taking... Respect my program. Respect me. Respect the listeners. Respect everybody. You cannot come. Take my program the direction you want it to go. Right? Nice. If you want me to set you up so you could do your own program, no problem. I ain't getting no back and forth with no unintellectual guys and them there that you're trying to make me get in a back and forth with. I don't go in that. They don't have the intellect to be able to have good conversations. So we don't put myself and themselves, they're not at my level. They will never be at my level. All right? So let me just ignore them. I don't go in down the road with them. Hello, good night. Hello? Hello? Yes. You have to kill the volume in the background to me, please. Kill the volume in the background, yeah. The volume in the back is a bit too loud. Hello? Hello? Okay, yeah, you was just right in front the radio, so we were hearing you. But, yeah, you just had to kill the volume in the background for us. 440-7377. All right, nice. Let me go here again. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night. How are you? Yeah, no, you're live caller. You go right ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're a live caller. You go right ahead. You're live right now.
Hello?
Okay, you're not listening to me on the phone, are you? Don't listen to the computer or the other device, the laptop or whatever you're listening on. Listen on the phone. I said hello 3 times, and so did you. And you ought to have been hearing me. So it may be the first time that we're having that conversation in that way. But what you're hearing right now, is about 30 seconds delayed, right? So you can't be listening to hear yourself. It is a recorded program. You can go back on YouTube and you could go back on Facebook and you can listen to the program afterwards. So there is no necessity for you to be speaking and want to hear yourself on the device at the same time. None. So whenever you're calling, you hear the phone ringing and you hear an answer, kill the volume in whatever you're listening to the program on. You will not lose anything. You could go back today, you could go back 5 years from now and listen to your contribution on the program. You won't be missing anything, all right? I think I should just explain it like that. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night. You're a live caller. Go right ahead.
Caller.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Yeah, I would like to be added. My cell number is 421-1499.
You sure you want to put your number out there? Just WhatsApp us on 440-7376. The same number you call?
Yeah.
Save it and WhatsApp us there.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right, my dear. Yeah, just WhatsApp us on 440-7377 and we definitely will add you to the chat. All right, we have a caller. Let me see, that one is calling on the WhatsApp. Let's get that caller. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night.
How are you?
I am quite fine, actually. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great.
All right, wonderful.
Great program as usual.
Thank you.
Listen, first of all, Miss Louise did a wonderful job this morning. She did an amazing job.
I hope people telling her.
She was, she will definitely know that from me. She was right on point. She said everything that I expected her to say, especially concerning the bridge. Mm-hmm. And funny thing is, Mosquito Man called. Call this boy. Culture Man.
Culture Man, not Mosquito Man. Leave Mosquito Man alone,
yeah,
please.
Man.
Sorry, Mosquito Man. Not you. Not you, Mosquito Man. Sorry.
He's stuck in my head. He's stuck in my head. Culture Man called and telling, asking Kate, like, how long was the bridge? I'm like that. The bridge has been like that. Saying the bridge has been like that for a while and for years. And the administration could only work with whatever money they have in the treasury. Wasn't that the same pregnant treasury talking about?
But here's where that idiot doesn't know what he's speaking about. And I'll say, call him an idiot because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Now, remember, that bridge was repaired a few years ago. They took out the lumber there and they repaired the bridge. This same NDC and them was saying, why are you repairing the bridge? Build a brand new bridge. Why are you repairing the bridge and that sort of thing? The bridge lasts for how much years? Now it has fallen into disrepair again. So they have two options. Either they do what they were saying when they were in opposition and build a brand new bridge, concrete or whatever, or they repair the bridge as it is. It's inconvenient to people who are living in the area, people who try to usually shortcut through that area, even tourists who pass through that. It's inconvenient to locals, everybody. So we need to have this situation sorted out. It is a dunce excuse, and you expect that to come from Culture Man because he dunce. So it is a dunce excuse to come out and say that it was so under the last administration. You're in office now. Fix the damn thing.
That's right. That's right. And I wish the caretaker for St. Andrews Northeast would call and let them know that the bridge has only become deteriorated just recently.
Yeah.
But you're not even hearing anything from her. She used to use that bridge every day. So she knows that the bridge has recently become like that. Anyways, I just wanted Mrs. Lewis to know that she did an amazing job, and I just sorry she did not get a chance to answer Culture Man. He's a lunatic.
All right, my dear.
Good work as usual. I don't want to miss a night. I don't want to miss an episode. I don't want to miss nothing.
All right,
so just keep doing the amazing job that you're doing.
Thank you so very much.
Have a blessed night.
All right. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. I see they coming. Miss Cammy. Cammy, you realize I don't come out today? Yeah, I didn't leave home. The young one apparently picked up this thing because fever. And last thing he telling me, he had hurting him and I couldn't bring him to school. And so today I had to stay home with him for the entire day today. And it seems as though I'll have to do that tomorrow as well. I'll have to stay home with him. Yeah, that's why you didn't see me today. Other than that, you would see me today. You know, usually you don't see me. All right, 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. Yes. Kathy, good night to you. All right, I hope you're having a good night tonight. Nice, right. Yeah, man. Poop. Good night. 440-7377. Wow, I'm seeing messages coming from New York, messages coming from all over. All right, man. Yeah. We have a caller online, and you know when I start to talk slow, so is WhatsApp. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Shalom.
Hi.
Good night.
Good night. Night.
I like how you describe Culture Man. It's time that people let Culture Man know he's an idiot, and people are afraid to tell. If he's an idiot, he's an idiot.
Why is an idiot?
People are afraid to say, yes, people are afraid to say he's an idiot, but I'm tired with he and Mr. Pierre's program. I'm tired with him. And when somebody dons,
Mr. Pierre is he, is me. You know,
when
Mr.
somebody
Pierre,
dons and they don't have no head, he headless. He's like he walking on his head. And what he talking about, better he just stop call people program because he don't making no sense. It's just too dons to be on program.
Oh God. All right, my dear. Hello, good night.
Hello.
Hi, good night. How are you?
Not too bad.
All right, you go right ahead, caller. You're alive.
Yeah, on a different topic, Sheldon.
No problem.
Yesterday, I went in a shop to buy something, and they tell me I have to pay 37% VAT. Is that the VAT rate in Grenada now?
37%.
Yes, in Island Water World. I'll call the company name. Island Water World.
I know that I saw something. Let me see if I can pull it up. I saw something from Montpure that they have increased their price. Yeah, and they've increased their price by 4%. By 4%, whatever percentage existed before, and with VAT and so on, they've increased their price by 4%. Now, recently, when they added the price, the additional VAT on several items, they actually added an additional VAT on water, including mineral water and so on. We did speak about it on this program. They were informed in Parliament, and I have not seen anything that corrected that, because as far as I'm concerned right now, there's additional VAT on bottled water. There was no distinction between flavored water and normal mineral water and so on. So there's an additional VAT on that. So at the end of the day, I will not doubt what you're saying, because I know from what I saw, when they added VAT to things like sugar and so on, the water fell into that as well.
All right then.
So I definitely would not doubt you. 37% do I find is a bit heavy?
Yeah, I thought it was, I don't know. But I find it was very, I didn't know they changed it.
Yeah.
All right then.
But you said island water. Well, we'll have to check on that. All right.
All right then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, thanks. Folks, also, and this was brought to my attention by a good friend of mine. There are several items which are zero rated under VAT. And if you make a walk around town and you check certain supermarkets and so, you'd realize that if you try to purchase that item, that there is VAT on the item. Remember, there are several items that are zero rated. Yeah? So, for instance, baby formula and so, it is not, they're not supposed to be any VAT on that. So if you're buying that, and when you check your receipt, because a lot of us, we just grab the receipt, we throw it in a dustbin, or we throw it in a pop bag or whatever, and we don't check the receipt. But it's a zero-rated item. I think diapers and so on, Pampers, as we say, diapers, Pampers, right? Those are, if I remember correctly, are supposed to be zero-rated as well. There's several items that are supposed to be zero-rated when it comes to VAT. And if you are buying those items and you're seeing VAT on it, then you need to report that, and the government needs to step in and do something in relation to that. Because if the item is zero rated, you're not supposed to be paying additional money on it. Zero rated means that there is no VAT on it. Yeah? So you all need to pay attention. Don't just take the receipt and wrap it up and throw it. I have one friend, they were trying to buy baby formula. And they went to about 3 places, I won't name them, but main places right in the town of St. George. And every one of them had VAT on an item that ought not to have had VAT on it. So that is something that definitely needs to be looked at. We have a caller online. Good night.
Hello.
Hi, good night.
Shalom, good night.
Good night, my dear.
How you do?
I'm quite fine, actually.
Okay, good night to all our listeners. I'd like to echo my sentiments in applauding Honorable Kate Lewis Peters on her presentation this morning. As I would say, she was well armed. She was well armed. She delivered superbly. She was calm, she was cool, and she was well collective. She knew what she was speaking about. I listened from start to finish. And Honorable Kate Lewis Peters, take a bow. Your mentor, your teacher, Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell, he did a very good job, an excellent job. Continue to do what you're doing. To the NDC supporters, when there are programs and we have NNP persons on the program, don't just rush go and asking dumb questions. There was a particular caller this morning. I don't know if she was given the question to ask.
But that's what it does do. It does give them the questions and tell them go and
call.
call.
She asked a question that the Honorable Kate Lewis didn't say anything about. And I'm still wondering, how could you listen to a program and ask such a dumb, stupid question? Well, you know what? Honorable Kate Lewis Peters gave her the answer that she was looking for. She never mentioned it. She never speak about what she was asking for. And I'm saying to that caller, This is the time that Grenada need prayers. We don't hearing that call up, calling and praying anymore. This is the time Grenada need prayers. Prior to the election and after the election, that caller was always calling on a different radio program and praying. No, with all that is happening in Grenada, all the accidents, the gun violence, the killing, the whatnot, we ain't hearing that caller praying and asking for prayers. But something I know, my grandmother used to always say, God is not a Susie Michael. And I hope caller learn that today. Because she tried something on the Honorable Kate Louis Peters and she don't get through. So by now she should know. Change her tactics. And according to the people, go down in sackcloth and ashes and pray for Grenada as to what is happening now. Sheldon, they're trying. They're trying that. You see they don't call in the program? You see they don't call in the program? Because they cannot call to dispute the facts. They cannot call to say what you are saying is not true. And I know all of them are listening. They are listening now.
Mm-hmm. They're tuning in
tomorrow
religiously.
Morning, please God, Master Cal have a program. They're going to call and say something. That way they could call and they go call Shaggy in the morning and say something. But I know they cannot call the program. They dare not call that program because the truth, nothing but the truth is a weapon for them. Sheldon, continue what you're doing.
All right.
You're doing a marvelous work. Continue what you're doing. It is left now to us, the NMP supporters, to go down at the bottom, build our base, and come back up as strong as ever. Have a good night.
Caller, again your song as you're going out. I'm playing a song for you.
Somebody wave your hands and give me praise. Say, you can't sit down. You can't sit down.
I didn't know that, right? We had to get up and do what we have to do, huh?
Whatever what you say. You can't sit down. You can't sit down.
Because them talking about boots on the ground right now, the bottom of the boots fall out, all kind of thing.
Do you know why? For all he has done for me.
We've got to do the work, yeah? So the talking is one thing, but we've got to do the work. All right? So as the caller said, all of us, we've got to play our part. And that echoes the message, what I was saying earlier. All of us have to play our part. But before we go any further and before I take any more calls, I'll take some calls in a short while again. I just wanted to deal with something. I'm seeing some messages passing back and forth in relation to a situation with our nurses. I'm seeing where some are being told that by the end of June or whatever, the contract end and they had to write in to say. I see another thing where some 35 or so, and I could name each and every one of the nurses because I've got the document itself, who were asked to come in by a particular time and sign. And so I just didn't want to put the document up because I thought it unfair to the nurses themselves. I have the document, but I found it unfair to the nurses themselves to put the document up and show. To prove I have the document, I can tell you that there's one name that's on the document twice. All right, some of the nurses were given a 1-year contract, some of them given a 2-year contract. Remember, it's the same Prime Minister right now up at Chris Kalin and them in London. Yeah, the same Prime Minister of Grenada. The present Prime Minister is up in London right now at the CBI forum while he's a CBI agent and chooses the CBI committee and signs off on the CBI citizenship. The same Prime Minister is out there right now was the one that was saying during the election campaign, one of the campaign promises were one, they're going to make all the Imani, take every Imani off a contract work before 1 year. Within 12 months, they would take all the Imani off of contracts. That they would get rid of the thing called contract work totally. And that once the person is performing a position that's needed, and nurses are all performing positions that are needed, that they would take them off contract and put them permanently into the service. So, Mr. Prime Minister, you have approximately 1 month and 2 weeks to ensure that that is done. 6 weeks, in other words. So ensure that the same people and them that you're talking about, the nurses and them, yeah, that they, and you know what? If the NDCIs want to say that we're saying that and we can't prove it, it's just because I forget my flash drive tonight that I am playing it tonight, you know. Yeah? Because I'm seeing a situation, I'm seeing different messages passing through in relation to nurses, like one saying staff members on contract whose contract will end in June 2023 are advised that they need to write to the Ministry of Health to indicate their desire to continue working after that time. There's a message sent to the nurses. These are the same people been telling them that the NNP wicked for having them on contract and so on. Yeah? And now they are being informed that they have to go back on contract again. I thought the message they would be getting is that they're coming off a contract. Yeah? Let me read another message. All I want to know again, them thing, don't worry. Good morning. In reference to some information placed on this chat, the chat that it came from on April 29th, it stated that Gren case workers will be receiving bi-monthly payment by May 2023. And this individual, they checked their bank account and nothing. And Gren case said they never said that. When they tell them about that, blah, blah, blah. Right. So why does Gren case, I'm trying to make out the rest of this here. Basically, it's a situation where the nurses that are hired under Gren case, because you know there are some nurses that are contracted through Gren case. Remember the government said that they are paying everybody bi-monthly. Yeah. But the nurses under Gren case, they are not receiving their money bi-monthly. They still are receiving their money on a monthly basis. And whilst they are blaming Gren case, I can't blame Gren case. I would blame the government. Because if the government is paying the Gren case on a monthly basis, then that is when Gren case could pay. So I wouldn't blame Gren case itself. But this is something again that the nurses are going through. And we went over list of medication last night that is not available, right? Imagine the maternity ward, having a problem when it comes to medication. So a woman go there, she has to have a child. They need to induce labor. They don't have the medication to induce labor. You don't have medication to deal with the pain that a pregnant mother might have. You don't have medication to mitigate against the pain that they're having. People go to the accident and emergency. You don't have the medication there to deal with the pain that they're going through there. Cancer patients. If you're missing cancer treatments, you know what happens? The cancer cells begin to multiply again. What you're trying to do with the cancer treatment is you're trying to kill off all the cancer cells. And if you're not constant, if you're not strategic, if you are not going through the treatment at the time that you're supposed to going through it and the way that you're going through it, and you're missing treatments, you're endangering yourself of the cancer coming back. And yet still, when it comes to cancer treatment, the medication for cancer here, they don't have, or they're running low. Tell you simple things like gauze and gloves and all kind of things, they don't have and they're running low. And let us say that what we're saying is not true. Imagine a child gets bitten by an animal and they bring the child to the medical facility and so. And what you do when that particular type of animal bites a child or so on is that what you usually do is that you would provide them with rabies, anti-rabies medication. Just in case they've been exposed to the rabies virus, that it doesn't get that person ill and they don't end up sick and all kind of thing. They don't have it. They don't have rabies medication on the island. If they get today. They don't have rabies medication on the island. Yeah? All sorts of nonsense is taking place here, And you have some people trying to defend stupidity instead of calling on the government and say, hey, sort this out now. Let's say all you go do better, man. Make sure you can embarrass your Scott and them. Go and get the medication so you can't say nothing. And the callers can't say nothing. And the listeners can't say nothing. Yeah? Make sure that Honorable Clarice Mothers can go in Parliament and call you out. Make sure you have the medication. But instead of that, they're trying to defend this kind of stupidity and incompetence. Man saying he's I think he's looking to heal everybody by prayer. I feel that's what he's doing. Because they had the medication, so it had to be prayer that he's looking to heal people with. And they say he's a pastor. I don't know. They say he's a pastor. But there ought to be medication there. But they're incompetent. Incompetent. And that is why this thing, yes, sometimes with all health facilities you would run low. Sometimes there is an island and a particular health center may not have sent in their request and so on. So they don't have, but it have an island. This is a case where you don't even have on island in the government health facility. And if something happened to somebody late at night, where you're finding a pharmacy open? Where you're finding a pharmacy open now is after 9. Where you're finding a pharmacy open now? As Dr. Modest said last night, yes, sometimes you have a pharmacist you might be able to call and they would be willing to go down and get the medication there and so on. But remember, all of that is time it taken for the person to leave and go and do what they have to do and so on. So our health facilities are in a state. And then we have our nurses getting upset and more upset because they promised them better. They were supposed to take all nurses, all Imani trainees, everybody within the public service on a contract. Just remember, Deacon Amiss Mitchell promised you that he would remove you from contract and put you into permanent jobs within 1 year taking office. 1 year is next month on the 23rd. Within 1 year taking office, he's supposed to put all of you into permanent jobs. Instead of hearing situations where they're going out there and they're telling some of the non-governmental organizations that Imani trainees are working with, they're telling them that they have to hire them within a particular time frame. So I'm trying to confirm whether it's the end of this month or the end of next month. But they're telling those people that they have to hire those Imani trainees, and if they don't hire them, then the trainees go home. So in other words, if they're working with an entity that is not a government entity, then that person is going to be sent home. And they're trying to make it look now like the private entity is who's sending them home and not the government of Grenada, while they're under a government of Grenada program, Yeah? While they're under a government of Grenada program. All of this is what is taking place right now, and they don't want people to know, they don't want to talk about it. I see you jumping up and all kind of thing about Dr. Mitchell lose case, and all you feel like going to talk about it. Oh, Dr. Mitchell lose case, and he had to pay Patrick Simmons, and he lied, and Patrick Simmons didn't buy no land, and Patrick Simmons this, and Patrick Simmons didn't buy no land. Yeah, Patrick Simmons didn't buy no land. Patrick Simmons, the former Minister of Youth, Sport, and Culture, didn't buy, well, no, not culture, but youth and sport. He didn't buy no land. I'll forget who all are dealing with her. Saying that Dr. Mitchell lied on the man, and the man didn't buy no land when he was a government minister, and when there was an intention. All you know, I just had documents in. Somebody drop an envelope. Yeah. When there was an intention, if the document's forged, the document false, feel free to contact us and let us know. But I mean, when people drop an envelope, sometimes we just have to put up what we have in the envelope, innit? Yeah? So these are the documents for the land that was bought in Hope, So for those who jumping up and saying that Dr. Mitchell lie on Patrick Simmons and he didn't buy no land. Now, number one, Mr. Patrick Simmons was the Member of Parliament for St. Andrew South East. Yeah, between 2008 and when we kick him out in 2013. Yeah. Secondly, in the year 2010, the same year when it was included in the budget speech that was made by then Minister of Finance, Nazim Burke, that there was the intention of placing a teaching hospital in conjunction with the University of the West Indies in Hope. We ain't find it strange that at that same time that Mr. Simmons buy a piece of land in Hope. Nothing strange about that. People not supposed to say that something strange about that. Yeah? Nobody ain't find something funny that at that point in time is when he decided to. Was he doing that all the time? Was he buying land, or did he buy the land in 2007 or 2006 or 2005? Did he buy it in 2014 or 2015 or so? No, he bought it in 2010. Yeah? So when all you're coming out there, and all you're coming out from my political leader, no all you're saying, no? Yeah? I await to see the written judgment of the court to know exactly what they rule on. But when you see people jumping up and all kind of thing about, Dr. Mitchell had to pay, and he had to pay money for this one, and he had to pay, and he lie, and all kind of thing. Look it. In case all you don't know. Look the land that he buy. Yeah? Where you go to sue me? He's welcome to try. What have they? Maybe a box of matches and a pen he could get. Yeah, a box of matches and a pen. He could sue. He could go right ahead. Yeah? But he wouldn't get it because he wouldn't win. And he would end up having to pay my lawyers and then I'll sue him. Yeah? But he did purchase lands in 2010. He was a sitting government minister. He was part of cabinet. And the discussions in relation to what would be taking place in that area took place in cabinet. That is not a lie. That is a fact. So you're trying to say that Mr. Nazenberg, the Minister of Finance, came out and made a speech talking about teaching hospital and all of that. And that was not discussed in cabinet. Different government ministers didn't know. The parliamentary representative of the constituency in which that teaching hospital was supposed to go. You're trying to tell me that that individual didn't know that the teaching hospital coming in their constituency and just happened to buy a piece of land by that time? I find that strange. I have to question that. I find that very, very strange. Yeah? So anyway, let me take a call here. I have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Shalom, good night. We can't sit down. Joseph Michael, Worldwide. What is it?
I was wondering where you're there. Y'all people asking for you.
Good night. Shalom, right, I'm tired. I said that's something I thought. Yeah, and it's food out in me.
Yes, I
just
know.
go and take a shower. Good night, Patty. Good night, and Matthew. Mr. Watt. Good night, and my girlfriend in Florida. A little while I didn't call you because, to be honest speaking, I didn't have credit. My daughter was just sending a little credit for me.
All you fix up, Cammy.
America. That's why I could call tonight.
Fix up, Cammy, with some credit, all you.
Because, to be honest, things really rough. I have nothing to hide. I'm going through a hard time. I just going and sit down in the terminal in the day. I don't making money. And I have a little bills to pay. Yeah. So that was just a little credit for me.
Cammy, but today...
That's why I could call tonight.
Today's supposed to be payday and all kind of thing, or the day after payday?
Anyhow, we did. Dr. Mitchell, good night. I watch you on the program earlier on the Monjalo. Congratulations to all the people that came out to support the NNP government. And I ain't going nowhere. Who want to go by their business? I will not be ungrateful to the NNP party. Miss Yolande Ben also, good night, darling. I know she has been listening. And Miss Kate, good night. Yeah. Good night to all the NNP supporters. And my advice to Miss supporters, get your children registered. Because all you see what we're going through under Deacon Mitchell, that man don't care about poor people. That man only flying like a bird. I don't know what's wrong with that man. I will really like to meet with Deacon Mitchell so I could tell him what I have to tell him. Because I know what he's going through in this country. It's not right. Mr. Deacon Mitchell as the Prime Minister, you're in England now. You don't care about the poor people in this country. A man tell me how they go lock me up. I want them to lock me up. You know who's me liar? The man that free 17, the Trinidadian liar. He's 17, that's me liar.
Keith
so
Scotland.
you come and lock me up. Come and tell me you go lock me up for speaking. I don't understand. And Sheldon?
Yes,
ma'am. Your partner, what you want to lock you up, they give him a stripe, eh? He put it on Facebook. The police.
He's a good guy, man. He just was misdirected.
Yeah, another one.
He was
and
misdirected.
A lot of police
He's a good guy.
that work hard. They don't give them nothing. But it's good for some of them. You know why it's good for them? They're too greedy. They promise them all kind of things. Yeah.
But Cammy,
and I don't like them people. I don't like them NDC people. You know why? They don't care about poor people. I have no apology for that. I don't like what they're doing to the poor people in the I don't like them. I can't live to that, Scott. They're too bad, man. You cannot hurt in poor people. You know they're suffering. And the thing again about I mean, Mr. Scott, them people are doing nothing. They are doing nothing. If they give poor people work, me and the rest of vendors The money go circulate. We go get something to pay the water bill. We go able to help somebody. They're not doing nothing for the poor people in this country. And you have some people in America. That's for y'all. All you come home. Come and sit down in Grenada. Don't stay up there and run out your mouth. You understand? It's not right. A lot of us is suffering out here. Under the NNP, poor people used to shine. Poor people used to have money to spend. It's sad. I'm lying, but that election really hurt me. Because now I see how we suffer in this country. Mr. Deacon Mitchell, I'm asking you, please, sir. We need you in Grenada to come and address the problems we have in this country. You only flying like a bird. Somebody will clip your wings, wait. Keep flying. They will clip your wings, fly. You lie, giddy people. You say we deserve a lot of money. That's what you say, you know. And nobody will, you know. You tell the young people you want to make them prominent. You know what's going on, Sheldon? You see the security in the complex? They're going home this month. I know, and the man tell me that. The man that working there, he said all of them going home. It's sad. And you have people who would side in, they're rejoicing. It's that time now. It's that time. Oh, you laughing? You laughing, Sheldon? So I don't care nothing because
all the security, hospital, home.
I don't care what the hell they do to me. And I don't pray them. Because I know God's stronger than man.
We Scott, you know. We
God will step in when his time is right. God. Yeah.
We Scott, we doesn't afraid.
Well, good night to you and Grenadian people, good night. Miss Kami, stop by now. Yeah. And good night to the Mr. who come by me today to get it, the tablet from me. Could you believe that? What I hate to bear, you know.
Yes, I know people are checking.
Yeah, and I don't pray it. And thank God I have me 5 children. Yeah. But we suffering out here. You know what the Indian tell me today? He tell me things rough.
All right.
I suffering under these people, lad. I don't know why I don't get up in the morning and I hear they say, breaking news. 2, 3 of them resign. But I will dance 3. I will dance. I don't like these people, Sheldon. You know, I don't like them. I don't hate them. I don't like them. Their behavior. You can't be doing for people that. And the thing about me, every one of them ministers under the MEC, they come from poor families. Poor family they come from. All they studying about themselves. They care about themselves. Yeah. Have a good night, Grenada.
Thank you so very much,
Cami. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.
All right.
And the lady in Florida sent up a money for the guy.
Okay.
$25. I get it this afternoon.
Okay,
so
no problem. Okay.
They can't do me nothing. Under Gary, I work for $60 a fortnight, taking out stand and gravel to help build Grenada. Where they was there? Dr. Mitchell, good night. You looking good as you tonight, boy. You look well, Doc.
All right, Gabby. Good night.
Sheldon, I was listening, you know.
Okay.
Even if I don't call in, I was listening.
I know sometime with the tiredness.
Tune in.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Later.
And good night to my children in America and England. Because they are listening. My children are listening.
I know. All right, Cammy, we won't talk soon. All right. Yes, that was Cammy. You know, some all just need to make sure all you hear Cammy. I, for myself, I just need to hear, right? Sometimes, you know, I just get kind of worried. If I find I don't get a message or something, I just need to hear. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon, sorry for calling back again.
Yeah.
You know, I read this thing to the RM ride along. Sheldon, that don't ruin it. They couldn't ruin in nobody's favor yet.
There has to be a written judgment in relation to it. So if they have made the verbal thing on an aspect of it, that is one thing. But to simply go out there and saying things without a written judgment is nonsense, because I've shown you all, and I'll put it up again, that Dr. Mitchell wasn't lying. The man was a sitting government minister. He purchased the property, and the property was purchased in an area that there is a project that was under the NDC that had to take place. So, I mean, how they could say that Dr. Mitchell was lying, Dr. Mitchell wasn't lying? Yeah, if they want to prove intent, that is one thing. If they want to prove intent. But I mean, me and you, if you in a position where you know that something is going to happen, right? You in a position that you know something is going to happen, and you have used your position to gain a benefit, and somebody talk about that, how they lie on you? How they lie on you? So I'm saying that this leaves a lot of questions because let me see how much he paid for it, boy. I had to pull it up just now, they properly on my thing, and see how much he paid for it. I think it was 200 and something thousand or so. Yeah, but a lot of money. You know, they like to deal with a lot of money. A lot of money. You know, was paid for the property.
When I read that thing today, and I was speaking to a young lady who supported the NDC, and I tell that young lady, girl, not everything you see on Facebook, you have to believe it. I say, girl, let me get the facts straight and let us go down deeper into that. You know?
No, they like to run with thing. $220,500 that they paid for that property. So go and say a lie. Let her go and say a lie. My brother, we go talk.
All right.
Yeah. Let her go and say a lie. Yeah, go and say a lie. $220,500. Yeah, $220,500. EC, you know, US, EC that they pay for that. Yeah, go and say a lie. No, go on, seriously, go and say we lie. I like to call people liar and who lying and this and that. And them jumping up all over social media. They're so happy. Yeah? All kind of them jumping up all over the place and so on. Folks, yeah, I have been getting some calls. I need you all to go to the donation page, and I urgently need some of you to donate. I think I only have about $14 there. I need some of you to donate. There are some situations that we have to assist with. So go to pay.go2fete, that's paygotofet.com. Yeah, I think it's /484. Right, but the link is on the YouTube page. It's on the Facebook page. We need you all to go there and donate. Let me just pull a call here. Yeah, I'll go into the WhatsApp again and then I'll come to the landline. So let me see if I could get this one on the WhatsApp. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr.
Hi.
Scott.
Hi, good night.
Yes, Mr. Scott. First time calling your program.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Yeah, well, you realize that I didn't hear them peeps and them calling you tonight?
Well, the one that is the vendor in the side of the road in Grenville, they from up in Carrier that feel I don't know what she doing in Union Island and called last night talking about 70,000. She should try and call tonight. I could have pushed your name out in the good.
Yeah, the reason why I was calling last night, the host was fetting last night. He said he had a what? 9 years last night. So he had fet last night, so all of them had nothing to do. So they were trying to distract your program last night. Yeah, you don't see they were calling tonight? Because they done his program tonight. So they didn't have nothing to do last night, so they're trying to distract your own.
They could call and see what God they're serving. They could try, you know. Last night I was in a good mood and the cold was kind of starting to take me. So I wasn't my normal self last night, but I should try tonight.
Well, after they hear Dr. Mitchell talk tonight, they won't call. And they realize facts. When they hear Skate leads Keita Lewis today and they hear Keith, they can call.
Of course.
And they realize everything going on NMP way now.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, man.
So thank you so very much for your call, my brother. And keep calling.
Yeah, anybody that calling there, man.
I know the voice, you know.
Yeah.
I know the voice.
Come along the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. I remember you. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So keep in touch. All right, brother. Stay blessed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yes, indeed. And let me go to the landline. Hello, good night. Hello.
Yeah, Sheldon, good night again.
Yes, ma'am.
I listened to Dr. Mitchell tonight in St. George's Southeast constituency.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to him last week in St. Andrew's Southeast constituency. And he's been warning NMPites, be careful of what you see or what you hear on social media. Be careful. I think that the NDC propagandists know very well that NMP supporters love social media. So that's where they go in with the falsehood. They will talk. The lies. That's where they go in with it. But Dr. Mitchell is warning them because he did the same thing during the election. He warned them. He warned them of the lies and promises, and they fall for it. And they see what happened. The same thing is happening now with these lying pundits NDC have out there, pushing a lot of lies and propaganda, and our NMP supporters are falling for it. Dr. Mitchell warned them tonight again in the constituency meeting in St. George's Southeast. Each and every meeting Dr. Mitchell go in, he warning them about this social media, these lies that is being perpetrated on social media. I am saying now to our fellow NMP supporters, be careful. Be careful with what you lend an ear to. And not just what you lend an ear to, but what you push, what you spread. Because you hear it, you don't verify the truth in it, and you're spreading it. NMP supporters, be careful. Be careful. NDC are using the propaganda to destroy NMP. Be careful. Okay.
All right, my dear. Let me see. A partner of mine was calling earlier. I tell him call. I find he called and was on our next call. Let me see if I could reach him there. Yeah. Let me see if we could find Wade. I play a calling Wade. Yeah, we calling Wade. We ain't afraid. We calling him. Yes, and folks, just so we're gonna take some calls again just now, but trying to call Wade. Yeah, We Noise Radio. I want to hear what he had to say tonight. I find I miss a call from him there. I'm calling him. And let me see if we get him tonight. Yes, folks. So let us say that what we put out is not true. If it's not true, then we would apologize, But I mean, our envelope drop, and that is why in the envelope, I mean, is the envelope. I mean, if you want to blame, you can blame the envelope. But the envelope say that what Dr. Mitchell had alluded to is that the gentleman bought land, while he was a government minister. There's a project, and the project is in his constituency. He didn't buy the land in somebody else's constituency. He buy it within his own constituency and in the general zone that project is supposed to have taken place. So, I mean, until they see that he buy the land and shoot, tell them NDC and them, they could come and watch the program after. Some of them afraid to come and watch because they want to watch under Facebook and thing. But afraid to watch because they want a name and thing show up and thing. You understand? So I'm afraid. They could watch it on YouTube. They aren't afraid, right? So yeah, the documents are there. We could show you where the land is and with boundaries and thing. Don't feel we playing now. We could show all of the thing. You understand? All of that afraid. We have a call online. Good night.
Good night, Shailen Scott. How you doing? I called back to tell you what's going on now. Yes, Shailen. Under the old talk. I support that caller just a while ago. That call. And talks about the propaganda.
Yeah,
we like a lot of gossip because even in my workplace, because I ain't giving up, I ain't giving up. I just strong NNP, and I be in a NNP. I win on my band. But the point I make, the point I want to make, as supporting that sister just called, we have to be careful to what we hear. Because in my workplace, they come and, first of all, you have a guy, he says the NNP. He has to hear something about Dr. Mitchell that caused it to lose the election. I say, well, Dr. Mitchell could cause him to lose the election. Because if he pay the money, I say, well, he don't pay that money. Where he don't get the money to pay? I say, I think you think the man taking the money on the ground? We have a structural adjustment program in place by the IMF. The IMF come to Grenada and said to the government here when they was about to pay pension, he said, remember, this is a structural adjustment program money. And look, the government pay the money right now. They say, well, they pay retroactive, and they can pay pension. People going for the money. A man with me today, he tell me go for money, can't get money. They say they pay in two fortnight. I don't know what's going on. Because they don't have money to pay. They don't have money. So how Dr. Mitchell would have paid that pension? How would have paid? He had the money. That was a structural adjustment. As I said to him, that's a structural adjustment money that was there. We couldn't just pay this money. And this money was also to do projects. That is why the NDC is falling on their face right now, because they can't do what they don't have money to do what they have to do. Understand?
Yeah, and the thing is,
we just have to be patient. As Dr. Mitchell, I was watching Dr. Mitchell too tonight. We just have to work, and we have to work hard. Although the NDC making it easier for us, we have to work hard.
Man,
There's a lot of people like a lot of gossip,
and
they like a lot of lies. Let us not fall the victim for these lies. We had enough of this under these fellas and them. Some people say they might go before. I usually go already. But let us be our brothers keepers, as Dr. Mitchell also say. And he also say, let us not fall for that Facebook. Facebook have a lot of propaganda. And then you see like a lot of propaganda. You remember in 2008? When Nazim and started to spell propaganda? Nazim say he had $600 million still savings it. And he don't give Kit Mitchell to spend. And what happened to them? They had to come and call a referendum, and then they had to run back. And we come and we win the election. And the same thing going to happen in Grenada. We're going to win the next election.
All right.
Have a good night.
Okay, my brother. 4407377, man. Let me tell you, before I go to another call, let me say this. One of the mistakes that political parties make, and I'm not just speaking about the New National Party, I'm speaking about political parties on a whole. One of the mistakes that the activists and even sometimes sitting MPs make is that they focus on the weakness of the opponent and not focus on their own weakness. And if you're not focusing on your own weakness, you will not correct it. What is the weakness of the New National Party in every constituency? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? How can we buffer and strengthen the strengths? How can we multiply on that? And how can we take the weakness and make that into a strength? Yeah? A lot of times, NDC does only spend one term. NDC, they barely have a leader. They're fighting. Yeah, but while you're focusing on them on that, how are you correcting whatever the weakness is within your own organization, and what part are you playing in relation to making sure that your organization is ready? Yeah? So every Thursday now I realize there are certain individuals who are circulating WhatsApp messages about, they keep trying to circulate WhatsApp messages about Adelma Thomas, or they're sending WhatsApp messages about this one or that one and that sort of thing. And then we as NNPites are seeing a lot of our people taking these messages and circulating them, helping them spread their message. Now, it's okay if you put it in a chat and you ask a question, well, I'm Sheldon, I want to know about this or seeing it. And so that's one thing. But when you start to take it and send it to all of your contacts, and so you're helping them circulate their messages. And we have to be careful with that, because when you're seeing messages that coming out attacking the government, the present government, or attacking the present party, some of our own people, they ain't circulating their messages. But when they see some attacking their own party, they're circulating it. Let's be careful. We have a call online. Good night.
Night, sir.
But I know you had a call back. I don't understand you.
Where do I start? Listen, man. Listen. It's only 4 quarters that is walking in my pocket, you know. You understand?
Wait now. It have payphone in New York and things still?
Boy?
Using quarters? Them things still exist?
Nah.
Oh.
They have them, but like it's relics. You know, if you go bounce up on it, like in certain communities, not in the neighborhoods where they gentrify.
Oh, okay.
You ain't seen them. You see the old neighborhoods that is like hasn't been yet touched with the gentrification aspect of life. Yeah, you might run into one or two of them. They may not work. They just they like, you know,
Wait,
monument.
before
Yes,
you
sir.
before you go further, just seeing a message there. They send home the security in the Grenville Fish Market yesterday. Wow. Yeah, man. So they're sending home workers left, right, and center, and they have not put programs in place to increase employment.
As the honorable minister said on GBN this morning, when you keep sending people home, what is the reason? Why? Listen, these folks will never. I don't care how much all they ask for press conference and news briefing and what, they won't do it because then you have to explain what's the reason that you're sending these folks home. Now, you can't say you're sending them home because you're starting a new program or you're implementing a new platform of programming where you want to bring them on for retraining or anything like that, right? This is, as they say, you ran a campaign on transformation, what?
Hello?
You understand? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they ran a campaign on something transformation. You know what I'm saying? What that means is there was some people was wrong, and now you want to correct what was wrong. The people who was wrong, you want to correct it, right? For instance, now you mentioned earlier on about the aspects and with the nurses, what they do to the nurses, and they promised them that they would not be once they are in government within how many days, a stroke of a pen, they will make everybody permanent. I always say to people, be it in Grenada, be it in America, be it in Canada, England, wherever I have a few people I will talk political with, I will say to them, it is very imperative that you understand the political significance of how politics work. It affects every living body. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Some people say, oh, well, I'm under the union, try not to worry. Yes, you have to worry. Because union supposed to work for you, but the union also work along with the government. All right? Now, America's trillions of dollars a year. Think about it for a minute, folks. Trillions of dollars. Some people may not understand what is a trillion, $1 billion, $1 trillion. Okay? But understand this. Even here in America, is on contract, firemen is on contract, nurses on contract, doctors are on contract, bus drivers are on contract, train conductors, train engineers, they don't hire people permanent.
Wait, let me ask a question. You're using a Bluetooth device or something like that?
Yeah.
No, that's why your voice is like that. Because 1 minute we hearing you, next minute we can't hear anything.
All right, let me sort that out.
Callers, once you use a Bluetooth device when you're calling the program, it causes a audio problem. For some reason, Bluetooth device and calling programs, they don't really align nicely. So that's why we're hearing you loud sometimes, and other times we're hearing you flat.
All right.
You see, now we're hearing you good. Go ahead, yeah.
Maybe my ears moving out of the range of the Bluetooth, I don't know. Anyway, ears like rabbit. Yeah, but what I was saying, right? Even in this country, where the budget is trillions of dollars a year, the major factors in like for instance, in New York here, police is on contract, firemen, nurses, doctors, teachers. Teachers are still. There are teachers who are still waiting for a contract. Those that's under the union, from still before COVID, they're still waiting for a contract. Right? A working contract. The contract has been null and void. But the thing about New York City, teachers cannot strike. They cannot call a sick out. They can't. Like in San Francisco, California, and those places, you would see 2 years ago, teachers was on strike, and in Illinois and in places. In New York City, the teachers, that is why I say how imperative it is to understand the inner workings of politics and union, how the union and politics, because it wasn't the government or the state the government, the running government of the New York State that implement that. It work in collaboration with the union. The union work along with the governors, the New York State governor, to implement that rule where teachers cannot strike. So don't think because you're under a union, you're safe. Because a lot of times, many times, the union is looking out for your interests. Because they have to negotiate, so they will give the government one or two things the government want, and then so that they could get one or two things. But for the workers, but in the long run, the workers always comes up short. They always come up short. So if this country cannot put none of its most important infrastructural workers on permanent, hire them permanently, what does the goddamn people of Grenada think that they literally call them 100,000 people in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique? The government can make everybody permanent.
Well, the Prime Minister convinced a lot of people that he would be able to do that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm saying that I
know,
have the video and audio.
Yeah, I've heard it. I have it too. Because he know that a lot of the people, a lot of our country people, do not follow up the inner workings and inner beings of government. They don't follow up. You know how much people that is under the different credit unions and the credit union bylaws, they never read it? How much Grenadians know the constitution laws of Grenada? They don't read those things. They don't read the union bylaws, so they have no clue. They got no clue. They're running on. You know, people say a lot of times people, women make decisions on emotions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did in the last election. They made decisions on empty promises because there wasn't. You know, when folks I sat down with, I had conversation with, till me and them followed. They cost me, I cost them, whatever. But thank God we still friends. Because when you try to explain to them what this man is telling you all is not, it cannot work. It cannot work. As long as marijuana is not legal federally in the United States of America, ain't no country in the region down there could make marijuana legal.
Well, my brother, I think a lot of people have misunderstood that marijuana issue, because a lot of people saying that marijuana is legal in the United States. It is legal in some states. It is legal in some states, but not on a federal level.
Hold on. It is only legal in the states for certain purposes, but under the federal government, it's still illegal.
Yeah, it is. Which is why,
because they open up some marijuana dispensaries in New York or whatever, not too long ago, and then the feds come and raid them.
Mm-hmm.
Not only in New York, in Illinois, in Massachusetts, they raid them.
And it remains one of the issues that you have is that banks that are doing business with banks in the United States have to prove that they are not banking money for people in the marijuana trade, or they would find themselves unable to do business with any of the banks in the United States. So they have to prove that.
One of the things a lot of folks in the Caribbean may not be aware of, these dispensaries that they open in the so-called states where marijuana is supposed to be legal, you know how much time, you know how more often there's rob them?
I wouldn't know, Papa.
They cannot put the money in the bank. This is the things that you see people don't tell them. All they tell, oh, marijuana, but they're not giving them the nitty-gritties of the downfall of it not being that actually legal. They cannot put the money in the bank. They could use the bank to do transaction to buy from the planters and the people that are supplying them, but the profit and so they cannot put it in the bank. They only could put a certain amount of money in the bank. The rest of it, they have to hold in they have to find some place somewhere and put it in their homes.
After they pay taxes.
After they pay the taxes. But in that ironic...
Wait, we're going to have to take you in 1 minute again.
Anyway, my brother, upon tonight, listen, this situation with the nurses is sad. The people that they're sending home and they're going to continue sending home is sad, and it's going to be continue. It's going to get worse. The situation that's going on right now with the police and the crimes and whatever, and then you're not hearing you hearing something happening greater, you can't call. Even if I call a police officer of mine and he can because of what he said, boy, I can't talk about that, We're not supposed to talk about that. That is nonsense. That is
And I hope
that is
I hope the police don't feel I
nonsense.
forget them tonight, but we're gonna speak about them tomorrow night. I hope they don't think we forget them. We can have a lot of things I have to say still in relation to that, eh?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of officers really, really hurting tonight. Really hurting tonight. I mean, some reached out to me this morning during the day.
Pray God. They pray God, as the lady alluded to earlier on. Where is the person that was calling the radio station every night, every whatever, and praying and praying? Where is it? Where is that individual? A good friend of mine.
Yeah, man. It's have individuals who calling Shaggy program. No, it's have individuals who calling, for instance, Shaggy program every morning. They're calling GBN and so. And the only reason they're calling is to protect what they have, because their son holds a very influential position. They are they're on so much board here that feel they're working with Ramdani or they're over by Arnold John.
That's another thing, because I've been looking at that.
The amount of board them on top of you that feel they're working in some way like Hubbard's Lumberyard or something.
How one person is elected on all the different boards. All that is a conflict of interest. That's illegal.
They have enough board to build a wooden hotel. But anyway,
when you talk about they have enough board, they could build an act. Great ass, so many board members right now, they could build a next act. Because there's a next flood coming and you're hitting Grenada. My friend, have a good night. Bless up.
Yes, folks, we just roughly have about 5 minutes. Hey, let me say good night to my good friends out there in Virginia. Hope that you all are having a wonderful, all the Grenadians listening up there in Virginia. I ain't forgetting all, don't feel I'm forgetting all you at all. Cathy Albert, yes, I did get your message. Zingo, I know you're listening. And so, brother Watts, everybody, I know all you're listening. Nice. Right? And our friends in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, wherever you are, we're saying a special good night to each and every one of you. Again, if it's the last message that we leave with you tonight, it is to be very careful with the propaganda. Now, what they're doing, they're waiting until a Thursday, Friday, and they're sending out the WhatsApp message. And they're sending it out knowing that some people are going to take it and spread it all over. So everybody getting this WhatsApp message and some people are starting to believe some of the things that they're seeing in that WhatsApp message. But you heard Honorable Kate Skeeter Lois Peters this morning. You heard her. And she said straight up that some of what you see coming out in those messages and it ain't true. You heard her. You're seeing people putting up all kind of things, spreading all kind of nasty messages. And so, my one problem is this. In Trinidad, as far as I know, when you are elected on a particular ballot, you're elected on a political party ballot, and you have decided that you no longer want to be with that political party and you resign or whatever, there ought to be a by-election according to how you make the move. And so there's a by-election in that constituency. And then people decided if it's really you they wanted or they wanted the party and the leadership that party has. And I think sooner or later, Grenada needs to move that direction as well. Yeah? That when a person decides they're making a certain move, because you can't take my NNP vote and make it into a NDC vote. You're out of order. Yeah, my NNP vote is an NNP vote. If you want to go in NDC, resign from the parliament, cause a by-election to take place, and then you go see who is man and who is woman. Then you go see who is who. But only a brave person would do that. Anybody that coward would just cower in the corner. Only a brave person would make that move. Would decide that, hey, I'm taking the NNP votes and them that they give me and I'm taking it and I'm going over in the NDC. Also, yeah, if you want to make that move, I find you should resign the seat itself. Not just on the political organization, resign the seat. Cause a by-election. See who is who. You understand? See if they really wanted you or they wanted the political party you are attached to and the leadership of the political party that you are attached to. That's how I find the thing should go. So who want to play the sending out the propaganda? I expect it to be coming out Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. They're going to send out the nonsense and they're going to see it spreading around again. Just understand that they don't even respect your intelligence And that's the reason that they're sending out these kind of things. Because they don't respect your intelligence. All right? But folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. A lot of you seem to think that we only have the program on Mondays and Tuesdays. No, we have the program on Wednesdays and Thursdays as well. You may not hear it on 91.9, 91.5, but it is online, so you can look for us online. Same time, 8 p.m. up until 10. All right, so look out for it. I think in the morning you have Master Carl, and so they're going to be on Real FM. All right, and then, of course, you have Mr. Francis Spear, who comes on around 12. And tomorrow night at 8 p.m., we will be here. We may not be on Real FM. I think they have another program they bring that night. But we are here. We are on We Noise Radio. You can look for us on the YouTube, Facebook, and so on, and on our own website and so you can look for us tomorrow night. My name is Sheldon Scott, and whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. And let me play one for Sister Kate as heading out, man.
Just have some faith. This election we sticking with cage, loving and caring, always delivering. Nobody is perfect, but this lady so unique. I got no doubt that she care. I will give a listening ear. I sticking with cage, you sticking with cage, we sticking with cage, we sticking with cage. Because we know what we have, we don't know what we will get. If you vote someone else, you will live to regret. I'm sticking with Kate, you sticking with Kate, we sticking with Kate, we sticking with Kate. The evidence it is clear to see within the constituency, Parliament Patrick, plain feeling a poetry. My people, I beg you, don't be fool. Paradise have a new preschool. Don't make your head so hard. New road now in Baghdad. I'm sticking with Kate, you sticking with Kate. We sticking with Kate, we sticking with Kate. Because we know what we have, we don't know what we will get. If you vote someone else, you will live to regret. I'm sticking with Kate, you sticking with Kate. We sticking with Kate, we sticking with Kate. I'm begging you now for heaven's sake, put the icing on the cake and vote for the woman. Let you continue with the mission. Protection raining, bless so happy. Upper St. John ICT, health center in a woman. Parapet one like Gibraltar. I'm sticking with Kate, you sticking with Kate. We sticking with Kate, we sticking with Kate. Because we know what we have, we don't know what we will get. If you vote someone else, you will live to regret. I'm sticking with Kate, you sticking with Kate. We sticking with Kate, we sticking with Kate. I'm sticking with Kate, you sticking with Kate. We sticking with Kate, we sticking with Kate. Because we know what we have, we don't know what we will get. If you vote someone else, you will live to regret. I'm sticking with Kate, you sticking with Kate.
Grenada, Grenada, Grenada.